Hello everyone, my name is XSIV, and we are back here today on Hypixel Skyblock. If you take a look below the video, you can see that we have hit 1,000 subscribers, which is just unreal. I honestly did not expect the channel to get this big, and now we gotta keep going, man. Gotta go for 10,000 next. To commemorate this milestone, today's episode is gonna be extra special and extra painful for me. I thought something neat we could do is to revisit all of the money making methods I have made a video for, testing each and every one of them for 1 hour, and then just recording all of the results, and at the very end, seeing how much we made in total, and giving it away to one lucky viewer. If you would like to enter the giveaway, all you have to do is comment your IGN in the comments below. And the winner will be displayed in the next video, and so please, if you're watching this video late, if this is not the most recent video on the channel, the giveaway is no longer happening. If you missed this giveaway, do not worry, we do giveaways every single video. So looking back on the channel, it looks like our first dedicated money making method was farming treasure hoarders. So when we first recorded the video, I used an Aurora staff since it was super cheap, but we've obviously upgraded since then. And we're going to try to push all these money making methods to the max. And so the first thing we're going to do is get some enchants. Since we're relying on drops, we need higher level of looting, luck, and scavenger. So we got all of our enchantments, now it's just time to apply them. Let's put on luck. Put on looting. 88 levels, wow. Okay, we're gonna have to get some XP potions real quick. Okay, let's apply the looting. And lastly, the scavenger. And then for our armor, we're just gonna run Aurora, since it's really cheap armor. And then also we'll throw on the shadow goggles just for extra damage. This gear is definitely overkill. If you are not hitting enough damage to one-shot them, you could try using the Aurora staff since the base damage is so high. But if you have anything like a Bonzo staff or even a Frozen Scythe, I think you should be doing enough damage. Also, since Jerry is mayor, we will not be counting all of the Jerry boxes that we're going to get from all of these farming methods. We're going to put them to the side and just sell them at the end just to see how much extra we made from Jerry, but they will not be included in the actual calculations. Also looks like he has shopping spree, so we're gonna go do that real quick. This perk is pretty crazy. So if you see, we have exactly 100,000 in the bank. I think it's in variety, or is it in... There you go, rocks. Okay. Go to packed ice. Just buy as many as you can. Right, so we started with 100,000. We go and sell these to the Bazaar. We're now at 134,000. So we made 30,000 in like 10 seconds. I'm going to keep doing that until we run out of our daily buy limit. Okay, this is the last one. So in about a minute to a minute and a half, we made 150,000 coins. So if you are a new player, that's super free. Even if the mayor doesn't give you the 10 times buy limit perk, you can still make like 25k by essentially doing nothing. We're going to deposit absolutely everything. So now we have 0 coins. Gonna visit our best friend portal hub. I'm gonna head over down to the Dwarven Mines. This is the easiest way to get there. As soon as you spawn in, just gotta look up here. Aspect of the end, your way up, and boom, you're here. This bridge looks like someone's already farming here because you can see the XP. Although, looks like they left since they're still here. Okay, but yeah, so these are the treasure hoarders. So when you kill the treasure hoarders, they'll drop items called Starfall, as well as like treasurite and stuff, but that's not really worth anything. The Starfall is really what you're going for. As you can see, it's 3,000 per Starfall. And so if we just kill a few right here, we're already at 6, so we're already at 18,000 just for killing like 3 of them. So we're gonna go find a lobby that is completely empty so we can farm both the outside treasure hoarders as well as the ones that hide inside the cave. Okay, so we managed to find a lobby with no one in it. We have the timer ready, and now we're just going to farm here for exactly 1 hour, and let's see how much we make. I'm going to be using the Griffin pet because it does give a slight amount of magic find, and again, magic find is going to be very important for this run. Okay, we're starting at exactly, I guess, technically 1 coin, but we cleaned out our purse. And here we go. So let's go back to the island. Let's sort out our drops real quick. Okay, so after 1 hour, we got quite a bit of starfall. And by quite a bit, I mean a lot of starfall. As well as 39 treasurite. So we're going to check the prices real quick. It's probably going to be more worth it to vendor. Also, if you notice, we have no salmon opal. That is because we also just vendored the salmon opal whenever we grabbed it. They sell for 2,000 each, which is way more than on the bazaar. Let's check this. So we can sell 39 treasurite for 195,000, or it looks like it sells the same to NPC. So we'll do our part in fighting inflation by selling it to the bazaar instead. Next up is all this starfall. Let's see how much this sells, because I think each stack goes for a little, yeah, so insta selling each stack goes for almost 170,000. So we definitely made bank on this run. Let's see. One inventory, insta sells for 5.5 mil. Wow. That is definitely more than I was expecting. And what happens if we try to sell order? 6.2 here. We'll do that batch as an actual sell order. The rest will just insta sell. Going to insta sell this next inventory for 5.5 mil. There we go. And then we're going to sell the rest. We're actually just going to insta sell all of it. There we go. So look at that. We made 12 million coins, which is way more than what we made in the last video. Probably the biggest reason why we made so much more is that we're using a weapon that doesn't have a cooldown. And so in the first time we tried it, we would only farm the treasure hoarders outside of the cave. But now that we can spam with the glacial scythe, we were able to farm all 6 of them instead of just the 3. So we're killing twice as many per minute. And then I think also I just have a little bit more magic find this time around. And with inflation being as it is, I expected it to be higher no matter what. So we sold everything, and that is 12 million coins in 1 hour from treasure hoarders. That's crazy. I did not expect it to be that good. So there's our first video at 12 million coins. So immediately after the treasure hoarder video, I made a video about farming floor 2, aka Scarf. So we will be doing that for 1 hour and see how much money we make. I don't expect nearly as much. We'll just have to get lucky and get a recom or something. That's the only way we're going to even come close to treasure hoarders. We will be going for S runs, and I'm going to start it as soon as we start this first run. And then afterwards, I will include like the time between runs as well. I'm not going to try to pause and restart it when we're in lobby. Okay, that's good enough. Okay, here we go. Okay, we are back. We still have like 2 minutes on the clock, but that's definitely not enough time to get one last run in, so we're just going to call it there. So let's see how many runs we were able to complete in 1 hour. So it looks like we were able to get 10 runs in total. I actually don't know what's in these chests yet, so this should be exciting. But these were the 10 runs we did on floor 2. And let's just open up these chests. First one, we made essentially nothing. Also, let me Bazaar anything we might have. Also, we should check, my bad. So we started at like 11.9 million. So we made almost 500k just from selling potions and whatnot. So we'll say that's half a mil, like starting out. So 12.4 is our starting bank, so we can count the cost of opening the chests. So 12.4. Look at this one. Rip. $1.2 mil. Okay, so we're gonna list ours for 1.99 mil. Oh wait, I am bad at math. 1.19 mil. There we go. Let that one sell. So here we are back on the island. After selling the Scarf Studies, we only made like 2 million coins. This was rough, man. We did not get a single recombobulator, which is whatever. But we just did not make a ton of money. We made like, again, like 2 mil, which is kind of sad. So we're going to quickly move on to the next one, which is Zealot grinding. I believe in that video, the first time we tried it, we got like 5 million. So now that we have the Glacial Scythe and we have the Mythic Enderman Pet, we should kind of be popping off. We'll see how much we make during this one. I'm going to expect over 10 million though. So let's head over to the End Island real quick by visiting our best friend again, Portal Hub. So here we are at the End Island. We're starting at around 13.4 million coins. Let's get the timer back up on the screen. Okay, we have our timer ready, and now it's time to start. Let's go. There we go. Jesus. So it has been 1 hour. Let's go back to the island. So just from Scavenger, we managed to get around 800,000, which is pretty nice. We started at 13.4, we're at 14.1. And we got quite a few summoning eyes. That makes 15 in 1 hour, which is pretty nice. I think we got slightly lucky, but overall, it really wasn't like insane luck. I think we were like slightly above what would be considered average. We're gonna grab all of these. We can try to do a sell offer, but typically these take a while to sell. So we'll list them and my booster cookie right now. Wow. Let's try to list these on the Bazaar real quick. If we do get a sell order, so we're 13.2 million. Wow. So this is so far the best one by a mile. Let's grab the rest of these items. We're just gonna insta sell all of these. 1.5 mil. Wow. And then we're going to just vendor out the roses. You know what? We'll just insta sell them. I think that's 15.5 mil. Wow. So we made 15.5 million coins in 1 hour doing summoning eyes. That is crazy. That's actually insane. So right now Zealot farming is in first, and I honestly expect it to stay in first. I don't think the other ones are going to beat it. So here we are at the End Island. We already have our pickaxe and sword ready. We have efficiency and fortune, which is really all we need. And then on the sword, we put on looting, luck, and scavenger, just like we did with our glacial scythe. And the reason why we're using an aspect of the dragons is, let's see if we can get a test right here to show. So when they all spawn like that, you just right click them and it just kills everything in one shot. Super convenient. We're actually going to void that stuff we just got because we're not going to include it. There we go. Okay. So we're at 28.7 mil. We really shouldn't get much off the scavenger, so I'm assuming we might get like 28.8 at the absolute highest. We might head to a different lobby that's not as crowded because there's a lot of low level people hanging around the top area. But either way, I guess we'll jump down to the bottom and work our way back up. So let's get the timer started and let's see how much we make. Here we go. Okay, so that is the 1 hour. Let's go back to the island and see how much money we made. So here we are. So we made about 600,000 just from selling the gauntlets whenever they dropped, as well as like the shulkers and the endstone geodes. Whenever they dropped, I would just NPC sell them to make room in the inventory. So here's all the drops. I'm not sure why it's so differently spread out than last time. I could have sworn last time we had a ton more might gel, but we still have a good amount. Something that was crazy this time is that we got 8 Titanic experience bottles. I know in the first video we did it, we got 0. And in this run we got 8. We found 4 nodes and each of them dropped 2. So just off the Titanic bottles, it looks like it's going to be around 4 million, which is really nice. So first let's check to see if might gel is better to NPC vendor or to sell on the bazaar. 1 stack will insta-sell for 124,000. If we go to the NPC, the price is 128. So let's sell it just to be sure the price is accurate. Yeah, so it's going to sell for less than NPC. So we're currently at 29 million. Let's sell all this might gel. We're now at 31.2 million. Nice, so that was about 2 mil and some change. Next we'll grab the enchanted endstone. It also says it's cheaper than the NPC price, so we're going to sell it here instead. And it is way more expensive to the NPC. Wow, that's a huge difference. That's crazy. Okay. Let's grab all these grand XP bottles, which honestly, with inflation being as it is, these will sell for a lot more than I would expect. Yeah, 2 million. Just from the grand XP bottles. Grab the enchanted obsidian and the rest of the ender pearls. There's another 800,000, and then finally the big one, the Titanic experience bottles. I'm going to try to just sell them. So if we sell them instantly, it'd be 3.5. Sell offers 3.7 just about. We'll wait like 5 minutes. If they don't sell, I'll just insta-sell them because it's not really that big of a difference. So it looks like 2 of them sold. We'll collect those and then just insta-sell the rest. So we started at 28.4, I believe. It looks like we made almost exactly 10 million coins. So this, I mean, I think we got extremely lucky with those Titanics. But even without them, that would have been around 6 to 7 million coins per hour, which is really good considering that there's essentially 0 barrier to entry to this method. You do not need any kind of armor. You just need a diamond pickaxe, and you could use a Dreadlord sword instead of the aspect of the dragons if it's too expensive. So following the end node farming, we have bazaar flipping. Although it was a challenge video, it still was a pseudo guide and I'm going to count it. So we will be doing 1 hour of flipping using our 38 million as our starting balance and see how far we can flip it. So here we are at the bazaar. This is where we're going to be flipping for the next hour. I have the timer ready as well as bazaar meta on my second monitor. And I don't really have much in mind really going into this. I'm just going to try to see what's working, what's not. And yeah. Let's get started. So there we go. We just hit 0. We're going to insta sell everything that we were not able to sell order. We're just going to cancel all of these. Come on. There we go. Oh, wait. We started with 38.1 mil. We're at 44.1, but we still have some glowstone to sell. But it won't make much of a difference. So we made like 6 million, almost exactly. Oh, as well as the spider essence that didn't sell. Oh, so 1.4 mil back. Let's go. Okay, finally after selling all of that, we started at 38.1, we're now at 46.5. So I believe that is 8.4 million in 1 hour, which again, this is a super low barrier to entry. As long as you have the Bazaar unlocked, you're pretty much good to go. Obviously, having some starting capital really does make a difference when it comes to Bazaar flipping. The more you have, the more you're able to make. I was kind of hoping to make more than 10 million, but we were kind of close. So after the Bazaar flipping guide was another Zealot grinding guide, but we already did Zealots. So since we already did the Zealots, we're going to skip that one, and we're going to Spider Slayer. Last time, I believe we made like 8 million plus around, and that was like before inflation, and that was like before the Kudra cheese was like really like known about. So I'm hoping now we can make a lot more money with it. We're going to be using the mage setup as always. Let's go see if we can grab our stuff. So here we are at the Spider's Den. We will be using Necrotic Shadow Goggles, an Aurora Chestplate, and then 2-piece Crimson to get that double damage going. For weapons, we're going to have a Fire Veil Wand, mostly for bossing, but also to kill some spiders that we miss. And then the main MVP of this is going to be the Glacial Scythe. The Pierce and Explosions just go crazy for clearing. For pet, we are using the Tarantula pet. I believe in the first time we did this, I used the sheep pet for more damage. If I had an auto pet rule, I would definitely use it to swap between the two. But a viewer commented saying that the spider pet gives you more combat XP, which it actually does, compared to the wolf pet. So that's why we're using Tarantula pet. Here we go. Gonna do Tarantula Broodfather, number 4. And we have the auto slayer on, so we don't have to keep redoing that. And yeah, let me get the timer set up and then it'll be time to go. So we're going to be putting all of our RNG XP into Toxic Arrow Poison since it's the most gold efficient. So yeah, let's get started. Let's get the timer going. And with this setup, we can spawn bosses pretty fast just because of how quickly we can just melt through the horde of spiders. And then because we have Crimson, you'll see every time it ticks, it hits twice. So we will just melt the bosses like that. Okay, that is the timer. Go to the island. Okay. So if you notice, like, I think we started at like 45, 46 mil, and we're still at 45, 46 mil. That's because I did sell offers for all of the Toxic Arrow Poison. 2.6 to claim from there. And then looks like these didn't sell, so we're just going to collect these. And then just insta-sell the rest. I'm at 49 mil. And then we did get one Tarantula Rune, or a Talisman, which we're going to sell. Seems like the price has plummeted on these things. That's not good. Yeah, they're only going for 1.7. They used to sell for like almost 4 mil. Let's sell this one for 1.7 mil. There we go. So once that sells, I'll post at 51.2 million. So I think that made us like 5.5 million. It seems like it's actually not that good at the moment, which is unfortunate. And then finally, the last one we're going to do is going to be tier 5 Revenant Slayer. I do not expect to make pretty much any money from this unless we get some crazy drop, but unless that happens, this is going to be pretty much breaking even. So let's get on that and see if we get lucky. So here we are, the final one. We will be killing tier 5 revs for 1 hour. We're just relying on one insane RNG drop to carry this. Our setup is looking like 2-piece Shadow Assassin and 2-piece Crimson. We're using a Reaper Falchion with 1 for all since it's nice and easy. And then for pet, we're using Wolf. I mean, that's kind of it really. I guess we can go over the Reforge. We're using Bloody. But yeah. I'm using our Glitchless Scythe to clear since the AoE is insane. We're going for obviously as a Warden Heart would be phenomenal. But if we do get Shard of the Shredder, that's huge. Might 7's pretty big, and then Scythe Blade's a little bit better than that. We managed to get a Scythe Blade in our last one. I don't expect to drop one again. Right now we're 6% of the way to a Warden Heart. Definitely not going to get it this video, but it's worth a shot. You know, maybe we just get the streamer luck. Here we are. Let's get this 1 hour started and pray we get some insane drops. Let's go. Okay, we're gonna finish off this boss. Hopefully I don't die. And there we go. That was it. Let's go back to the island. After selling all of our drops, we're actually down to 46 million. I think we lost coins on that, unfortunately. No big drops, and I did die like 7 or 8 times, which really is probably the reason we actually lost money. Because that's within the 7 or 8 runs, you probably would have made back the cost of them. But yeah, that was terrible. And then now we're gonna add on. So we made 46 million overall. I'm gonna put up on the screen how much we made from all of them. Yeah, I was actually surprised by some of these. I didn't expect to make that much from treasure hoarders, dude. Like, that's actually crazy that we made like, I think it was like 12 mil or something. That's insane. And then the zealots were kind of like what I expected. I did not do a good job on flipping, so that was rough. Fighters were about what I expected, and then this was terrible with the Revenant Slayer. Now I'm going to collect all the, I guess, extra drops that we weren't going to include. So here is all the Spooky Festival drops and the Jerry Mayer boxes that we got while we were farming all of that. And if we insta-sell all of that, it's around 6 million. So if you include those, we broke over 50 million, which is pretty nice, considering we're like still kind of an early game player. And I said I was going to give away everything that we made from this, but since we have 1,000 subscribers and that's a huge milestone, we're going to be doubling it. I'm going to go to my bank right over here and withdraw 50 million coins. And look at that, we have 102 million coins in the purse. And one of you lucky viewers is going to win it. In order to enter the giveaway, all you have to do is type your IGN in the comments, nothing more, nothing less. That's all you gotta do. I still haven't yet decided how we're going to split it, whether we do 5 people win 20 million, 2 people win 50 million, or 1 person wins 100 million. Although I'm kind of liking that last one the most. So if you want to have a say in how the money is split, all you have to do is go to the channel. Somewhere in the community tab, you'll find the poll. Vote for whichever one you want. And yeah, that is pretty much it. This video was extremely painful and took forever to make, which is why it's coming out so early. So if you did make it this far, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel as it helps out a ton. And thank you everyone again for hitting 1,000 subscribers. That is just insane. Thank you all for watching. I'll catch you all in the next one. Take care.